Hey guys, welcome to a new movie review. Today we're doing the live action Lilo and Stitch, and I do not know, I feel like I've heard some stuff about this, or people talking about this and what their opinions on it were, and there's a couple things I saw. One that I heard that the ending was different, one after seeing it, I'm like, I've not seen the original movie in a long time, so I'm not gonna say I know every little piece, remember it 100%, like every little piece, but I remember it pretty well, and a lot of these scenes in this movie jogged memories of stuff from the original ones. I think it is, Juno sauce, I think it is interesting. I don't think it's bad. I'm gonna say this completely honestly, I don't think it's bad. I thought it was okay. Not anywhere near as good as the original, and I'm not gonna try to be like, I'm not gonna bullshit and be like, or say, I'm not gonna be put on the cross for saying this is better than the original. I'm never gonna say that for this movie. It wasn't bad. The biggest thing about this, I think we get to General Sauce, then we should talk about the movie, because then we can get into it. But General Sauce, like I said, I liked it. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad movie. Because this one, like, had vibes that made me like, it looked like it could be decent or okay, or kind of gives me the vibe of the original. Like I said, I've not seen the original, so I don't know every little bits and piece of that movie. But I know bits and pieces of it, and they do get a lot of stuff right. I think more than wrong. And others some changes. I think there's a lot of changes to my knowledge, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure because I'm not about the original. There's also definitely some changes. But let's jump into it. The movie, spoiler warning ahead, we're going to talk about the movie. So, the movie, obviously, if you've seen this, Stitch is in experiment 6. Is it 626? Experiment 626? I can't remember because it's a number, and I'm like, my brain was mixes that number. But the experiment Stitch, who he gives him his name, he gets a name later and all that stuff. Stitch is obviously an experiment. Jumbo, the guy who created him, and he's like created him to be like this thing, and he found out later he's not. But he, the council, like whatever the thing is, the group, the intergalactic, whatever, are like, hey, we're gonna exile him or do stuff to him, and we're not gonna kill him and stuff, but we're gonna exile him and all this stuff, and then you're gonna get sent to probably jail or something. But then obviously throughout the movie, then obviously Stitch escapes, gets on the cruiser because he's really smart. Even though sometimes he breaks stuff and does stuff, it's like you can see that he is smart. Like he learns pretty quick about stuff and learns about stuff quick. He's great, and he's like definitely by the end, he's a good person. Stitch is great. And that's just one of the things I was most curious about. Like, you gotta get Stitch right for this movie. As long as you get Stitch right, I think you can do, not saying you can't, the rest of it can't be bad, but you gotta get Stitch right because he's the main, because when you think of, Stitch, you think of Stitch. Lilo and everybody else is there, but Stitch is like, he's saying the icon, the thing everybody likes, so you gotta get Stitch right. I think he was done well. How he was animated and how he looks and everything looks fine. Stitch is great. But the cast is okay. Like, some I think are better than others and think do it better or have a certain vibe. But, like, Pleakley was good, who is the guy who goes with Jumbo to Earth to help try to catch Stitch. So he was okay. He looked okay when it comes to how he looked. And then the big boss lady, who was like running galactic whatever. So he looked actually great, and her voice was good. Her voice actually, I'm like, I don't know who the original voice for that was, but when I hear this voice, I'm like, that sounds like the original, but also I don't remember the original. Just the voice where it feels like I've heard it before. It fits this character well. So he was good. And then we have like Pleakley, he was a big person about Earth. Doesn't know everything obviously, because he still gets a lot of things wrong, or it's not completely into it, but he's a big Earth buff, and he takes Jumbo to Earth, and they go try to get Stitch. This eventually lands on Earth, meets Lilo, and Lilo's like the trouble. Kind of little kid who's like, oh, okay, we're doing this, a thing we've seen before, and now this is, in the original we probably had it too. Lilo was her sister, her parents died, she's like a troublemaker and all that kind of stuff, and obviously people come in and try to, there's the social worker trying to do stuff, but at the end they figure it all out, but it's great. I'm spoiling the end, but it's like, it's a pretty basic movie. Obviously they're trying to figure it out. Nami has a job, and then she loses it, tries to get another job, tries to get a job to pay for this, then goes to college, eventually goes to college at the end of the movie, and she leaves Lilo with these friends who are like at their friend, this older lady who's like a neighbor, and David, who are like his son, and them at the end of the movie, and they're like throughout the movie they're great. Like he has some lines. It was fun. I enjoyed. Like it's fun. Like I never felt like bored or thought it was bad. I do think, like I said, the original was better. This is good, but also throughout the movie, like Jumbo, like I said, Jumbo completely trying to get them. Agent Bubbles is in this too. I'm like, not bad. I like him. I do feel like he kind of, a lot of people like, does he jump on the bandwagon of helping them kind of easily? That's the only thing I think. He kind of feels like he just jumps on. But also I can see maybe because he's heard a lot about the Lilo and his sister and their whole dynamic and what's going on. He's like, maybe feels sympathetic. He's a nice character. I think he's not bad. But I do feel like he just, in the end, he's like, okay, he's helping him. But he's great. He's not bad. I like him. Also, there is the guy who has the ice cream and always drops it. It was fun, so they gave him a couple scenes, at least 2 scenes in this. So it's fun. He's a character who you know from the original Lilo and Stitch. He was in it. And then we have Myrtle, whoever the other girl who doesn't like real Lilo and stuck up. And all the other girls are talking about stuff. So it's the end of the beginning with the cool stuff. And it's fun. And eventually they come and get Stitch. Jumbo gets Stitch and fights him, and they have to stop him. Then Pleakley helps them, and they get Stitch back. And he almost dies. Same with Lilo and all this stuff. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Enjoyed it. Gotta give props. And could it do more? Maybe. But I think it's good. So, not bad. What do I rate this movie? I'd give it, it's like a 6 or 7. I'm a 7. Not the worst movie I've seen, but not the best. But yeah, I think the original one is better. The original one's like an 8 or 9. It's really good. I do want to, make me want to watch that and again and the show, because the show's really good. And another sequel movie as well. But yeah, what you guys think of Lilo? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay epic. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.